Welcome to the David Bradley Show with your host, David Bradley.
All right, y'all, we're moving right along. I'm sweating like crazy up here, but we got a lot of fantastic people coming in today. Saturday seems to be like the good day to get some people in here, so this is going to be cool as hell. Everybody please say hello, Jacob Martin.
Well, hello, David Bradley, the David Bradley Show.
There you go, man. Coming live from...
Coming live. We were just talking about these great mics.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, SM's having the classics.
I love them. And we're coming live from Nashvox Studios, 4th Avenue, Nashville, Tennessee.
Come on down to Nashvox Studio if you want to cut a track.
Man, we ought to do some background vocals for people, you know?
Yeah. Well, our talking voices, we can harmonize them.
Exactly.
Yes.
That'd be cool as hell. Horror movies, all kinds of shit.
Or say something.
Like what?
Like what?
I have
like what? I'd have to go a little high. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it is. There are stars.
Yeah.
We need 4 more.
Yes, about 6, 7 more.
6, yeah, something like that. I can't remember. How many part harmony was that? 5 or 6?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with 5. I don't know exactly, but
I don't either.
They all sang. The Eagles,
everyone. They were
talk
awesome.
about it all like a front man band.
Yeah, every one of them was a front man. You know, I mean, it was just cool as hell.
Can you imagine the the lack of ego in that room right there?
Yeah, I can see the damn bucket mopping up the ego.
Yo,
that's why they're no longer together.
Right. I know exactly. Brilliant though.
It amazes me some of the music and everything that was turned out in the 80s, man.
I know, man. I love all music, and that's, we'll get into talking about that, but like, how can you just love one genre? I mean, if you love music, like, you've got to, like, my playlists are like 80s pop and rock. I'm there all day long.
See, I also love Chopin.
Okay.
Tchaikovsky.
Oh, wow, baby. You going back.
Bach. I love all of those.
Love that.
And a lot of those you can actually hear in a lot of heavy metal today.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can hear that.
You know, you can
Classical.
hear it.
Yeah, totally. But let's not forget that Beethoven was deaf.
Yeah.
Deaf. He was deaf. He is deaf.
Yeah.
But he was deaf.
Yeah.
Like how...
He felt the vibration.
That is just wild to me.
Through his, I guess, I don't know, his buttocks or something. I don't know where he felt
Definitely
it, but
your buttocks.
He felt the vibration.
What if we found out that the way to hit, like the real way to write a hit song was listening to music through your ass?
That would be funny.
Mm-hmm. And like taking it in to your buttocks.
Well, they do it in California with coffee. Damn.
Awesome, dude.
I
didn't know about that.
You didn't know about that?
I'm going to get into that, dude.
I'm telling you.
Check that out. They're boofing it? That's what it's called. They're boofing it?
I don't know what they're calling it, but it's a coffee enema is what it is.
Awesome, dude.
They don't drink it no more. They
incredible.
Just straight up the sheet.
Why?
Yeah, you know.
With drinks, they have like Celsius. Like, why have 1 cup of coffee when you can have 5 in one little can?
Exactly. Instant shot.
Yes, right. I love that.
It's some stupid shit, man. I've never in my life. Oh,
Dude,
God.
The coffee enema. That's great.
So you've got like a whole residence down there at Kid Rocks, man.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it is cool. It's, you just never know what God's got in the path. And, I've been here about 12 years and it's so cool. It was, when I came here, just spitballing, like, there was like, don't play Broadway now. Don't play Broadway. That's where musicians go to die.
That's what I've heard.
And it's not true. It's just, it's almost like the other musicians and people down there were like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, don't stay away from Broadway because they're making all the money down there,
Well, exactly. I got a buddy of mine, he's been on the show, Mark Hatt. I don't know if you know him or not. He plays bootleggers a lot and several other places. And he's just... I think sometimes he does it with a band, but sometimes he's just doing acoustic sets, man.
Awesome.
And he is a phenomenal guitarist. Vocally, he's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And he's churning it out down there.
Churning it out, man. Like, just to be able, like, because I was on tour for a lot of years with the band, and you know, making the the 150 a show, you know, and grinding it out, the van thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The couch cushions, then
The paying the dues is
paying
what
the
they call it.
dues. That's right, paying the dues, and you know, like 125, 150, a show, and I mean, like, we're making easy that way up, double that, just a jaunt over here to Broadway, and getting to get up there and get your licks out and performing and playing songs that we love. Like Kid Rock's specifically is a rock bar. I
Right.
always say there's 50 country bars and like 2 rock bars on Broadway. So you're in the rock bar right now.
Yeah.
And just playing some of those songs that that we grew up with, from Nirvana to to a band called Lit. Remember that My Own Worst
Yeah.
Enemy song? That
Yeah.
Some of it's weird. We could talk all day about how songs like really like it makes a mark. It hits.
Oh yeah.
It hits, and you don't understand why. That band had no idea. I know some people in that camp. They had no idea that song was going to hit like that.
Oh yeah.
And then so it hit, and then every other song that they had was like, meh. It was like, it was really good, but it was like not that. You know what I mean? And so yeah, songs like that stand the test of time, like that My Own Worst Enemy and Mr. Brightside, and even Wonderwall. Like why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like why?
Well, I mean, that's what's weird, because there's the one hit wonders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and these bands, that one song did it for them, and you're like, okay, it's cool, it's catchy, but if you actually go back and listen to their whole album, phenomenal musicians, great vocalies, and you're like, why didn't none of these other songs hit?
Exactly.
But it was just that one song.
That one song. It was that, like, remember that Janie Lane? And I know, it's so funny. I always say it. I don't know a lot about anything, but when it comes to music, and you're probably the same. Like, we know all these stupid things.
Oh yeah, like we could really kill it at freaking
trivia.
music trivia.
So, but like Janie Lane, I think was from Warrant said it the best, and I call it. It's their cherry pie. It was like Lit. That was their cherry pie. There's so many one hit wonders that was their the song that was goofy, and they wrote it, and they're like, whatever.
Oh yeah, and Janie Lane hated that song.
He hated it. That's right. He hated it, and like, but it was the one. It was the one that got him everything. You know what I mean? And then now everybody's like, they want to hear it, and we get that requested at the Rock.
Oh, I can imagine.
And it's just your cherry pie. But in hindsight, why would you be? You can't be mad at your cherry pie, dude. Like, that was the one. Like, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I mean, not Nirvana went on. I mean, but same, like the song that, like, you're driving in your Bugatti and your records and your houses, and you're like, damn that cherry pie.
Oh yeah, I can't believe I took that money. I just couldn't. I know. I hate that song too much.
Yes.
Give the money to charity.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I always called it, and it's a little bit of a porn reference, and I kind of
cherry pie.
apologize about this.
We opened it up.
But I always call songs like that the money shot.
Yes.
Because
100%.
that is the one.
That is the money
that got the money shot right there.
Yep.
That's what.
Who wouldn't give to have the money?
Oh
shot?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Just one. That's definitely what she said.
But in the in the songwriter world, sometimes it's just like, okay, you walk through into a writer circle or something like that, and they're stuck on a word, and you're like, have you tried peanut butter?
Right.
That'll be 15%, please.
Cherry pie. Yeah, man, it's so much. I learned so much in 12 years of being here with songwriting and just like the business of music, and it's a long story. Some cool things. Just like people. The viewers know, like, they're not just listening to I don't know, some schlum here. It's like, I came off the streets, and here I know a lot about this music.
Oh yeah, I've been busking for 50 years. Yes. I'm good.
But like coming to town, and I had a band came into town, Jacob Martin, and we came came here with it. We had a manager that he was just getting into management, and he was,
Right.
like had the fire and everything, and he was knocking on all these doors. And we met some guy, Kurt Boyer from Lyric Street, who took a liking to the CD that we did there, and up in Minneapolis. That's a long story. Moved over to Minneapolis and then down to Nashville, but he liked it. Started getting us into listening to other
Right.
hit songs that we could cut as
Yeah.
a band, and that led us to some things. And a good friend I still have now, Jody Stevens, who went on. I mean, he produces Luke Bryan with his dad right now, and he did our records, and it was cool, man. We did the whole thing, man. We did the whole deal. We were on Buddy Lee. Remember Buddy Lee Agency?
Yeah.
Yeah, and at the time we were like Florida Georgia Line and Parma Lee and different stuff, and we were kind of at that interesting thing in music where it was switching from that Jason Aldean drop D rockin' kind of thing
Right.
to the pop country, like the Cruise, obviously, and the Catfish shaking it deep in the sea for you, and with Country Girl Shake It, and it was just transitioning, and
See, I thought Country Girl Shake It for me was the most stupidest song.
absolutely, and you know what? Talk about cherry pie. No,
Yeah,
but
that's it right there,
Yeah, that
man.
was his cherry pie. But like it was, and I remember going into like some of these, publishing houses on Music Row, and they were like, well, things are kind of changing a little bit. They're talking about the Catfish, shaking it deep and down it. Like they were like, we don't understand it, but here's
Yeah.
kind of stuff where it's kind of going. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it was making a switch.
There's always, I mean, and that's something I've always loved about music, because no matter what mood you're in or how you're feeling that day, or your girlfriend just broke up with you, or you're out hanging with your buds, drinking beer or whatever, there's a song for you somewhere.
Absolutely.
And I tell everybody that. I mean, that's what I love so much about music. But I mean, I went through my period where, 4 or 5 years, I didn't listen to music at all. I just couldn't. I stayed away from all of it because I was at a point in my life, from doing the lights and the sound and everything else, it was like I was drowning in too much,
Right.
to where everything just sounded the same, and I couldn't stand it. So I just took a break from it, stayed away from it.
Good.
And when I came back out, a whole new appreciation for all of it. And
I love it. It's such a universal language, and like I get it. Like we're so like you've been involved in it, and I've been involved. We're so passionate about it. I think, and that is, we don't listen to it like somebody just kind of in passing.
Yeah.
Kind of in passing, but we're just like music. Like live, eat, and breathe, and like I don't know. It was hard because with us, we're doing the thing, getting close to that record deal. Had minor radio play and some things, and then so it was like this. It was like the quintessential VH1. Like we weren't even signed yet, but
Yeah.
like we got a big management deal, and they started getting us in front of people, and then all of a sudden they started picking us apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That thing.
Yeah.
Like, well, he's kind of, we got to, him, and he's got to put
Yeah.
shoes on, and
He's kind of too cute.
yeah, right.
But this guy's kind of ugly.
Yeah, right.
We got to get a happy medium here.
Exactly.
And Ringo Starr almost didn't get hired because they didn't find him attractive
They
enough.
didn't find him attractive.
But they got rid of their original drummer because he was a ladies' man. He was too cute.
See, it's from
It's
the
a weird-
dawning of time.
Yeah, I mean, people need to quit going with formulas.
I know, and why do we not grasp that? And then we always fall back into like, whoa, as a writer, when you're in a writer room, you're like, well, what, you always got that, as being here a long time, you have that, what would they like,
Yeah.
what are people going to grasp? Like, are they going to relate to this? But man, I'm telling you, like, I don't know if that's the right way, to think that anything that we're thinking as human beings, we're not special. Like you and I think same things daily, and like probably have the daily things that happen emotionally and stuff. So like write what you know. You
Yeah.
know, like write what you know, write what you're feeling, what you're going through. Like some of that, somebody's gonna be latching on to that.
Yeah. We'll say when I was doing this, I was having a discussion with my daughter, and I went through that whole phase of, do I need to be like this show or do I need to be like this show? Okay, I don't really like what this show's doing. Let me do something a little bit different. And it was putting me in a state of confusion, basically. Punch out to Genesis. And, you know, what really broke it for me was my daughter looked at me and she basically said, "You do you, boo-boo."
Love that.
And now I'm coining that phrase, man. I mean,
That's a song title right there.
yeah.
You boo-boo.
You do you, boo-boo. And it's, I think that's what more artists need to do. Quit worrying about the money and this and the commercials and all that other crap, and just do what is true to their heart. I think then you'll have some hellacious songs coming out.
Man, I think you're you're so right, and I have been lucky to know some people, and I'm, you know, it sounds like we're name dropping, but like the credibility of some of these guys, and this guy that managed, he was the vice president of Disney label, and and you know, I talked to him, and he's like, "Man, you know, you're doing what you love to do. Like you're
Yeah.
a low percentage. You're getting paid for music, bro.
Yeah.
Like I know that's like a different, you know, aspect of what we're talking about, but like, he's like, do you think Tom Petty, if Tom Petty didn't make it big, and Tom Petty wasn't Tom Petty, you think he would just like, he said, no, I think Tom Petty would be Tom Petty in a corner coffee spot,
Yeah.
dingy bar, just playing his songs with a
Just
harmonica.
doing him.
Always doing him. And I think if you can, you know, just, you know, knowing who you are and you know, doing that thing and keeping at it and being true to you and in your art, and you know, you can run it by people. I mean, people are they'll show you what is kicking or not.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, and you've got to have your, you know, research group, you know, and that's usually your friends and family and stuff, you know. Hey, what do y'all think about this? You know, but that's an interesting look at it with the Tom Petty thing. You could put that over to you. Now, you've been doing music for how long now?
Man, since I've been, since I made the like, I don't know, like in bands since 17, 18. You
Yeah.
know, like,
So, if somebody was to walk up to you now and offer you $150,000 a year job sitting at a desk, signing mortgage agreements and stuff, would you do that or would you do the music?
I'd absolutely do the music.
There you go.
And it's funny. I say a true musician, a true artist would be happy and would do their art knowing that they would only make like 50 grand a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And would be like, okay, that's what I do. I mean, this is who I am. I mean,
Exactly.
You know, like, and I always said that even when I was young, and like looking forward, like to be completely transparent, like down at Kid Rock's, 4 nights a week, and doing that thing and playing and kind of like prophesized,
Yeah.
like where, I could be, but it's a really cool thing, man. Cause I've got a family now. I just got married.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I just got married. Got a 2-year-old son, Gibson.
Oh, cool.
And,
Don't know where that name came from.
I'm not quite sure. I think it's
Totally
like
out of the blue.
brand of toilet paper, but Gibson toilet paper.
There you go.
But
In the 12-pack.
right, well, Pat Gibson's. But like no, to be able just to be home and enjoy this normal life, not like touring around and all that crazy stuff, and to see, raise him and man, it's really really cool. And how cool is it for Nashville, Music City, to be able to for people to make a living off of music doing that, right?
Oh, yeah.
there on Broadway.
Well, I mean, getting actual residency in one of these places is a big deal in itself.
Totally.
People don't understand that. You know, these bands that come in, they get thousands of tapes every damn day. Well, used to be tapes. My bad. I'm telling my age.
No, I get it.
Yeah, you know, but you know they get thousands of people wanting to be in there all the freaking time,
Get
man.
a lot. They've got a thing called Honky Tonk School now.
Yeah,
Where they, John Taylor and friend of Scott Collier, they all these people coming into town and they let them audition and you know, talk to them about their craft and different. It's crazy. It's called Honky Tonk School. Yeah, it's like a big thing.
that's neat.
Yeah,
I might have to check that out.
yeah, right.
Have they put it on cable yet?
They've got it on like TikTok and all that. They got big social media person working all that stuff. But
Dude, my social media, I mean, I've got a website. I've got Facebook, Instagram, and I could not figure out TikTok saved my life. I'm not a tech guy kind of like that, you know? So my daughter opened up a TikTok for me and everything else, and she's been doing
good
stuff on there for
like
TikTok.
little bits for you.
Yeah, every show I do, she'll pull it and do what she's got to do with it, and then put it on TikTok in those little snippet things.
Yeah,
And I've been pegging 600-700 views.
that's great.
Every daggone video she puts out.
That's great.
So I'm like, hey, cool. But
Maybe she'll take this one. Shaka-ka-ka, shaka-ka-ka, shaka-ka, she's my... Sorry.
cherry pie.
Yeah.
8 seconds, or we have to pay for it.
Oh, right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But, man, this is super cool.
Am I getting a look? Is that what
yeah.
I'm getting?
Oh, yeah.
Or is she looking at you?
I think she's shaking her head at both of them.
Oh, well, you know, that happens a lot.
She's got a surprise for you, I guess.
That's what she said. I don't know. And then she mentioned my buddy Chris Turner, and so there ain't no damn telling what the hell they got going on.
Nice.
He's liable to walk up here with a bunch of strippers and say, well, you said entertainment industry.
Oh, yes, dude. I should have thought of that.
I don't
Trying
have
to
no
think of
polls.
something.
I don't have no polls.
But
Sorry.
just kind of sitting around the podcastee would be nice. You know?
Dude, I'd probably have to go to the hospital later and have a pacemaker put in or something, you know.
Right.
All the hot girls sitting around and stuff. Nah.
Man, that is, it's funny you say it. CMA is going on right now. CMA Fest down there, and it's
I call it the chaos.
yeah, Chaos Fest, Chaos Music Association. But like, yeah, there's a lot of pretty girls. Like they just all come in droves down there.
Oh, yeah. It amazes me.
Yeah.
So when you came to town, you were doing rock, right?
No, I was doing country when I came to town, and it was like you know, it was a country rock thing. You know,
Okay.
like remember, you know, Al Dean came out. You know, John Rich was writing all those songs, and
Oh, yeah, the
cool.
Drop D.
Drop D, yeah, and it wasn't quite like that. It was pop, you know, country rock pop, and so then it kind of switched. That, I mean, we did our thing, you know, and
So you switched right over in the country.
no, it was always I've always been somewhere in between. That's you know,
Okay.
and that's the thing. Like we talked about, like
Yeah.
it's hard because I'm not like one genre guy, you know. I'm
Yeah.
not like that. Like I sing country music, you know, and but like it's always been in between. Garth Brooks was my number one. Like watching him perform and singing, and the way that he did with the crowd, I was like, oh my gosh, like
Dude,
this guy.
between Garth Brooks and George Strait, I mean, they're just like the granddaddies of
They are
freaking country.
Yeah, yes. And then when I was 16, you know, angsty 16, after that, like I listened to Garth, and then, you know, younger, like 13, 14, I lived in the country in Iowa, and then I popped in this tape, dude. This was what changed it all. This tape called Rattle and Hum, and I stuck it in the VCR, and then the lights came up at the stage, and Bono came to the mic and sang what is like one of my favorite songs still today, is With or Without You, and I was just like, what is this?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
And lyrically, it's a deep song.
Lyrically, the band is, U2 is such a cool band, like especially like Josh, but like they just made that sound. Like nobody
had that sound.
Yeah, that's
you know?
that sound. And they were, you know, he's a great, you know, again, superb front man, and I just at that moment I was like, dude, this is what I gotta do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, the band that did it for me when I first started was Kiss.
Yeah.
I loved Kiss.
Yes. I that's a little before me, but like I remember even Garth talking about how he loved Kiss, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it just, that did it for me. And then I went into, of course, all the metal stuff, Judas Priest, all that. And then I started getting into like REO Speedwagon and Journey. And that was my little, I wanted something more lyrically, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Iron Maiden done it for me because, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner and Number of the Beast and all this,
Yeah,
I mean, it was just, they were telling a story
yes.
in their music,
Yes.
and that's what kind of hooked me. And then when Garth came out, I mean, I love George Strait. I'd listen to George Strait every now and then. But when Garth Brooks came out, I was just like, dude, I've never heard this type of country music before in my life.
I'm telling you, like, to this day, like, I know it's blasphemy, but like Garth is the king to me.
Yeah.
Like, I know George is like, what a voice and pioneer and like, but like, man, a game changer, Garth. Like his, obviously with shaking up the country thing and doing the rock and roll and kind of within it with his live shows, but lyrically, those songs, dude. And that's why I fell in love with country. And that's why I still love country to this day. Because like lyrically, it's unmatchable. Like it's a story. It's a feeling. Like some of the, it's not, it's cool because like a bunch of dudes like collaborate that are really talented. They collaborate together to write this beautiful piece of music.
Oh yeah.
Like if tomorrow never comes, and are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Like if tomorrow never comes, unanswered prayers, like. Dude, like the list goes on and on with Garth Brooks. It was like 10 songs a record, right? But those 10 songs were oh man,
I mean, ain't going down till the sun comes up.
Dang.
That told my life story, dude.
Dude, so good. That was just the heyday, and I know music. I know country is. I think it's making a resurgence lyrically. I mean, you've got these guys like Hardy and some of these guys, I know the list goes on and on, but like they're bringing the lyric back into it, in the feeling back into it, slowly but surely. But like, man, that country 90s, dude.
Oh yeah,
heyday.
Well, see, and now I'm gonna take it back just a little bit further because high school, everything we used to do, we were four-wheeling on the weekends. Four-wheel drive trucks, bonfires,
like you should,
fishing, everything else. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm gonna stick it right out there. Bo Cephas crew is what we was.
That's awesome. I can dig that, dude.
I mean, it was nothing. Every damn time we were out, it was Bo Cephas on them radios, blasting through the mud, setting and fishing.
Dude, that was a lifestyle, dude.
Yeah, it was a lifestyle because a country boy can survive.
Yeah, I love that. Love that.
Honestly, I never really classified Bo Cephas, Hank Williams Jr. I never really classified him country or rock country. He had his own little style, man. And it was it's something that just all of us kids back then was just, I mean, dude, you couldn't pass a pickup truck without that Hank logo in the very back.
And they're still talking about it,
and
dude.
still talking about it.
Still in songs. The Hank songs, dude. Thank God it rhymes real good. But like they still talk about that drinking Hank, dude.
Oh, dude. I mean, and fuck, he won damn Entertainer of the Year like 7 years in a freaking row.
Well, probably like you should.
Yeah. And then Garth came along.
Yeah. Yeah, it was light Hank, right? Light Hank, Pop Hank.
Yeah.
Though people were like kind of pissed off about that, right? They were like, just poppy guy coming on here, pop country.
Well, that's why he did that one song, Family Tradition, They got on to him, why, Hank, do you drink? Why do you roll smoke? They was getting on to him, and he was just dishing it right back to him.
Love that, man.
And I love the storytelling he did in those songs.
It's awesome. But talk about a family, lineage, if you will, that comes from like that are completely different.
Yeah.
Like it's like, old Hank into Hank Jr.
Yeah.
And then to Hank 3.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different.
Completely different.
Complete, like not even close. Like he was like, I got to do something weird, like it's like not even.
Well, they're cutting their own notch, you know, and that's what I like. And, I haven't really delved into it because, like I said, I hadn't listened to a lot of music in 5 years. And I'm really now starting to get back into all that. And when I tell people, I'm going to listen to your stuff, I will listen to it. And a lot of people that have been on my show, I tell them, I'll come check out your show. Well, I mean what I say.
That's cool, yeah.
I will be there.
Yeah.
Just like you're down there at Kid Rocks. What time are you going today?
We are at 6 to 10 on the rooftop.
So you're 6 to 10 on the roof.
But we're here. We're at 6 to 10. It's Thursday through Sunday, 6 to 10, always down there. So if you can't make it this weekend, you will be down there, man.
Nah, I'll probably come down there after a while.
Awesome.
Because I want to hear you, man.
Yeah.
Because you got this damn voice, and
Right,
shit.
right. It's so funny. I've always been told with the radio thing, like, really, hey, if the singing doesn't work out, you should do the radio thing. And
well, actually, now radio's going away.
I know.
Podcasting.
Now it's podcast, yeah.
Podcasting is coming up.
Well, I did that for a while, man. Like with my buddy, it was called. We were bringing in like writers, and trying to help other like people coming to town and artists and writers coming to town, like kind of be prepared to what is
the nightmare within.
Yeah, the nightmare within, and giving some pointers. Like we had some great hit writers on that, and it just kind of ran its course, but. Podcast, man, is the way it's.
Well, I mean, I researched this and everything before I'd done this for 6 months, and you yourself said I definitely got the damn gear. So
yeah, dude, you got the gear, man.
I'm not going anywhere.
Hell yeah,
I'm here to stay. I don't care if I make $5 or $1 million.
That's right, man.
I'm still going to be here.
That's how you'll succeed with that attitude for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like helping people out, because. One thing about being, on the production side of it and doing the lights and sound and all that stuff, you seen where people got screwed.
Oh man, what during like
end of
COVID and all that?
And no, end of the night. Oh well, we didn't make that much money at the door, so you only get this much.
Oh, you talking about yes?
You know that.
I know that, dude. I love this. Have you ever heard John Stone? John Stone is like a Broadway legend. Like he's been down there forever, Tootsie's, and he's just like this country. Talking about like Hank, like country. He's playing at Kid Rocks right now.
Yeah.
And he's older dude now, but like so cool and just legendary. And he was talking in his old days, dude. This guy was an outlaw. He was like, if they didn't pay him, I watched a podcast with him. If they didn't pay him. Or they were like, hey, man, it's kind of short. He would take their gear and shit, bro.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah, he'd be like, all right, well, I'll take this monitor. Right?
He built this whole stage show from clubs,
he's like,
man.
all right, well, I'll take that main from you then until you can pay me,
Yeah.
Dude, and he really would. Like, that's so awesome, dude.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Try to stop him?
What are they going to do? Yeah, I'll just take this mod. What's this monitor worth? About $300? All right, that's perfect.
Dude.
That's
I should have done that shit.
Right? What are they going to do,
Well, I mean, I got... back in 2008 when I quit all of it, I had one club closed down in the middle of the night. Everybody took off, took my gear with them.
Really?
I'll never see it again.
What?
Yes, and I had 3 clubs that were open back then that are no longer here anymore that owed me over, $5-6 grand.
Jeez, dude.
Because it was at end of the night. We didn't make that much money, dude. And I'm sitting there going, you just hauled out 18 trash cans of Class bottles. Don't tell me you didn't make no damn money.
Right.
Because back then, beer only cost them like $1. They're charging $3.75. I don't know what they're charging now, but.
But isn't beer like cents on the dot? Like, it's like cheap, dude, for like when you're bulking like that.
Well, when you're bulk, it's cheap.
Yeah.
I don't know. Back then, it was like $1. It might have been 90 cents.
To buy
the bulk per beer.
Gotcha.
And then I'm telling secrets. Somebody's club's gonna come up here and whoop my ass.
Like
But anyway,
out right here.
yeah, I know, right? And they would turn around and sell it to the public, $3.75. So,
Yeah,
90 cents to $3.75. That's all profit.
it's good.
So that's where the money's going.
Yeah, so like when they're pulling out, 17, big garbage cans, you're like, hey,
Oh, yeah.
where's my money at?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you take name a top shelf tequila that you like.
I don't know. The thing that we're talking about music. Let's just talk about that. Sammy Hagar's. What is that? Cabo
Wabo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Cabo Wabo. You go buy it. They buy it. They get a discount price right off the bat. So let's give it a discount price of let's say $20. We'll make it even.
Okay.
$20. You sell that bottle for $20. You buy it and it's on your shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When somebody buys a shot, how much is that shot?
Dude, talking what? I mean downtown. I don't even know, but like we're looking at like what, like I don't even know anymore. Like $10. Let's say.
I don't
10,
know.
keep it
I
even.
mean, I say I was going to say 5. I don't know.
No, down there, dude, it's 10. Let's
Okay,
down
so
there.
we'll go with 10. So you bought the bottle for 20. Each shot you sold out of it is 10, and you got 25 shots in that bottle.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, come on. They're not making any money to
They're
pay
not
you.
making
Hey,
money to
man,
pay me.
man,
That's what I'm saying.
That's ridiculous.
Because I sit there and I break all that stuff down. Because when you're sitting in the production booth, you can see everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's going on. But you can't pay somebody at the end of the night. I say that's wrong.
Yep. Sucks. So then, I don't know, and then you could always do the door thing, but like, or as far as bands, but I don't know if that would work out. But that would be more. Don't you think it'd be more fair to do the door? Like, we're going to bring these people in here.
Well, it all depends, because if you start doing that, then they're going to start looking at your social media and your websites and your followers and everything else. And then if you don't have the number that they need,
True.
then they're going to cut your.
Yep. Yep.
So
I've been through that.
it's
Bringing me back.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, straight up double-edged sword. But anyway, all right, dude. We're out of time.
We're out of time.
We're out of time.
I knew it, man. We could. You and I.
Me and
could
you can sit here and talk for 3 hours,
forever,
man.
I mean, we didn't even scratch the surface, but like, yeah. So, doing the country thing. I have still a country writer mind, man. And,
Good.
I still write with people, and some of the guys. I actually came out, playing down on Broadway. I came out with a song called "I Got Drunk in Nashville." Like, it didn't have to be any smarter than that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's cut and dry right there.
I got drunk in Nashville, and it's actually, you can listen to that on Spotify and all that. And I did Jody Stevens, who he does, Luke Bryan with his dad, and does this John Langston artist, and he produced it, and we wrote it together just in my garage, just jacking around, and it's cool. It's super cut and dry of tourists coming to town and
Getting drunk.
getting that neon vibe,
Oh, yeah.
and
Living that neon rainbow.
right.
Man.
Oh man, and but man, Anna is the rock band you would see at Kid Rock's. Anna, it's ANA, and it's I always say the one that got away.
Yeah.
It's a chick's name for a dude band, and and we right.
Cherry pie.
Yeah, cherry pie, dude. But like we got stuff, coming out soon, and it's just the best of both worlds now. So I just love it all, and
I look forward to it, man.
Yeah,
I look forward to it. I'm definitely going to check it out, and I'll probably be down there tonight.
awesome.
To be honest with you.
I'll point you out. No, I'm kind of I think I'm kind of a comedian on stage, so I'll try not to roast you too hard.
Oh, I don't give a damn.
David Bradley Show.
I don't know. I might have to hire you to do voiceover
Nice.
work for me. Oh, Julie's taking pictures. There you go.
Julie.
Rockstar pose. You got to do the rockstar pose. One of them. I can't remember.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, the big one, dude.
Yeah, the big one. You got to do the big one.
Bam! There it is. There it is.
All right, brother. We're going to get out of here. You got to take your butt down there. And
I do. I got to
I'm
get down there.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa!
Because you got a hell of a damn walk going
I know.
down
I
there.
got to park and all that stuff.
Oh, you drove up here?
I did.
She dropped me off last night to go see Chris Turner.
Nice.
And I walked back. And it took me an hour and a half to get from Redneck Riviera to here.
What?
Because of all the freaking people, man.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's like we don't play till 6, and I got to already, like, I got to get my ways kicked up here, you know?
Oh, yeah. You got to do the pre-show and all that other good stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, man, I was thinking, I'm very gracious to be on here. I know you can get a lot of people and stuff like that. And she's got a big surprise for you coming up here. We got
Hopefully.
Old GB coming in the studio. No.
We'll see. I mean, I ain't no telling. Kid Rockwall's here.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
just gonna,
right. He just comes.
I'm going to shit my pants right there and walk away.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, Jacob, man, I appreciate you being on,
man.
brother.
Yeah.
And you're welcome back anytime, man.
Well,
Like I said,
you.
just bullshit.
We'll just do it. Yeah, add an hour. Add an hour, man.
Yeah, just do whatever.
All right.
Because some of them are 2 hours and 58 minutes long.
Really?
I don't give a damn.
Awesome. That's great.
I don't put time in. The only reason I'm doing time limits this week is because everybody's got an itinerary, and you got to stick, like you got to run and go do your show. And I've got another guest coming in 15 minutes.
She's tickled, man. She is tickled.
She's doing
I'm
something.
almost
I
going
don't
to
know.
stick around. I want to see who it is rolling up in a limo, dude.
I know, right? That would be cool.
Zip. She zipped.
She zipped. All right. We're out of here.
All right.
Remember, like, share, subscribe. Doesn't cost you nothing. It's a point and a click, people. That's all it is. And you help out bands, and you do all kinds of good stuff for these people. Share, subscribe, follow. And if you want to get out and go have a really good time, go check out Jacob and his band.
Come on, cherry pie.
That's right. I mean, you might even play that tonight. All right, we're out of here, and